Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to another Melon Live. Back again this week. Got some exciting updates, a bunch of new stuff as always, and hopefully some good knowledge for you guys to help you guys stream a little bit better, to learn Melon a little bit better. So it's easier for you guys to get your content out there, reach your audience, and, get your awareness out there. Hope everybody's having a great week. Let me know where you're from. I would love to hear from you in the chat. So last week, we talked about the benefits of scheduling your stream. And then one of the main things that I kept getting is, when do you go live? When is like the best time to go live? So I thought it'd be great to make a show about how to find out when the best times to go live, how to, key things to look at for your analytics towards, your stream, so you can kind of know what you're doing right and what to kind of double down on. Also, just tips about workflow and creation so you could be more consistent with creating. So that's what the main focus for today is to get those tips out there. And I also want to show you guys the new redesign. So, sorry, I was messing with this mic and I don't think I typed. There we go. Check. Okay, cool. I was messing with the mic earlier and I don't think I tightened it, so it kept slipping down. But Melon got a brand new look. I'm excited about it. The redesign looks great. So I'm going to show you guys kind of a little mini tour of the new redesign. And it's the same Melon that you love. It's just the features are a little bit easier to find to me. The interface is more intuitive. We listened to the feedback from the community. They wanted different changes, just a different layout. So we did our best to give that to you guys. So here, I'm going to show you the redesign. Melon's new studio redesign. The new studio look is sleek and easy to use. All of your favorite design elements are now easily accessible. With less clicks, you'll have more time to enjoy your show. The new design tab makes it easy to customize your logo, background, and overlays. The text tab makes it easy to add banners, tickers, and teleprompters to your show. The video tab gives you easy access to clips and green screen options. The settings tab provides all of the settings you need for a great show. The app tab gives you access to widgets, CloudBot, and Twitter notifications. You can hover your mouse over each icon to learn more about what setting you'll find inside. We hope you enjoy the new and improved Melon Studio. If you have any questions or feedback, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for the continued support. So that's just like a quick walkthrough of the redesign. Like I said, same functions, everything that you're looking for, just quick and easy to get to, super modern design. So I'm excited, and we have more updates coming. It's with Melon, I'm telling you guys, every week I feel like it's something new. And it's a couple of new things on the way. So I'm excited. I'm going to get those pushed out to the community as soon as they're ready to go and let everybody know. So with the importance of like how often you should stream and what times, a lot of it is dependent on your audience. You always want to kind of be aware of when your audience receives content. I would look at patterns that you see. I would look at your analytics. I would look at other YouTubers to kind of see when they are releasing theirs, if they're in the same kind of niche, because a lot of times they're testing as well. So I kind of follow other people that I figure are testing their results as well as looking at the results, the analytics, to try to get a better sense of, one, what times it is the best to stream, how often you should stream, and then just how people are reacting to your actual content. And being consistent and growing your stream is one of the most important things. The consistency is what keeps people coming. Once people are aware of what your message is and your branding and who you are, they get attached the more they see you. So just being consistent and knowing that they could show up to learn this or to see this is always great. So that's what you want to focus on, consistency. And with Melon, it makes it easy because you could schedule your streams ahead of time, like we spoke about last week, and it makes it easy to promote. And if you can't, like, say, for example, it's a week that you can't go live because people get busy, it's all kinds of stuff going on. The pre-recorded video is a great way to still be able to stream and give content to your audience, but not necessarily have to be live. Just like how I showed the video about the redesign of Melon. I previously did that. If I wanted to, if I created a 20-minute video like a teaching tutorial, I could schedule that in Melon very easily to go across Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn, and it's going to play this pre-recorded video. So that's a way that it's easy to keep consistent on the times that you can't necessarily stream. But try your best if you can to kind of keep to a schedule, and be consistent with your streams. I would say at minimum once a month, but if possible, once a week. I think once a week is a great cadence, and people really enjoy that. But I know, again, everybody's schedule is different, family and work and everything. So again, you got to kind of adapt it to whatever you have going on. But being consistent, letting people know, promoting it is super key to knowing and growing your stream. And of course, we know the benefits of streaming is the relationship that you build with your audience. You get a closer connection. If you're in a product or service-based business, to me, it's a great way to show products, demo products, and then get the case studies, feedback, testimonials. Just get the audience engaged with your actual products. So a few tools for consistency. A lot of times, if you go back to the first stream, I believe it was coming up with a stream plan. I'm going to talk about some tools that help me be more consistent. So I use a tool called Asana. You'll also see Trello, which is very similar. It's Airtable. They're all in the same kind of genre, but a lot of people use those to create these content calendars. And what you can do is put the actual steps that you want, like your content to go. So like task, basically. So in case you got to outsource a part of the process, everybody can be on the same page about one piece of content. I believe the term is like Kanban boards. And then inside you can have task and subtask, and each person can be responsible. You can set timers. So for me, that's kind of how I like to set up my content, because for me, I'm more of a visual person. I like being able to see the content, see what ideas I have pending, what ideas I need to finish something on, I need to do a thumbnail for. So for me, those kind of tools work really well for me. And I know a lot of people that I've saw on YouTube, they use those kind of tools. So always great to have those. And of course, Melon with scheduling, of course, is always one of the great tools. And then even if you have to, pen and pad, some people like the pen and pad, some people like Google Docs, just making a document. But whatever it is, you want to plot your ideas, because for me, learning through this, inspiration isn't always there. So sometimes you just gotta, while I'm inspired to come up with ideas, I'll come up with 3 or 4 show ideas, and then hopefully sometimes I have stuff to carry me over on the times I'm not as creative or I don't have the best idea. So that's kind of how I do it. I try to, when I'm in a creative mood, I really try to think as many ideas as possible. I store them, I categorize them. And then when I'm not in a creative mood, or I'm trying to batch create a bunch of content, then I go through my ideas and go back through and just look through and try to finish them that way. So having a system for just categorizing it from start to finishing, from creating to uploading, I feel like makes live streaming and content creation just so much easier, because it's easier just to execute the ideas. And I feel like I have the best ideas when I'm not at home, or I can't, it's like I'm out at the store and I'm like, oh man, this is a great idea. So being able to write those down quickly, put it all in one spot, and then being able to know that you can go back to that and create that content, super helpful. So like I was saying, I try to stream once a week. And sometimes, again, family, working, all that, it can be difficult, but I try to make sure I'm consistent with that. Unless it's like a holiday or something like that. I'm pretty consistent once a week. I want to increase to more, but it's just figuring out the system and, working through that. So that's the goals for me personally, is to stream more, because I enjoy it. It's fun. I enjoy talking with, the chat. I enjoy being on here, being able to teach and talk. So doing it more seems great, and something I look forward to figure out how to implement and be more creative with content. But results come from consistency. Let's see, sorry. So when you're looking at like your data, the main thing that you want to look at, I would go YouTube. If you're streaming on Twitch, whatever your primary platforms are, a lot of them have analytics. And the key thing that you want to focus on is your watch time, your engagement. Are you getting new followers from the stream or your content? But particularly, I know watch time is super, super important, especially with live streams. I have a friend who has a channel, and I want to say he's close to 1 million. And I spoke with him this week, and I was just asking him advice about YouTube and stuff he's learned. And he was saying that how he's noticed that his streams have been growing when his watch time, he can get his watch time up very high. So he's been really focusing on getting people to be engaged and active in his streams, because not only does it help his live stream, but it helps his content on YouTube also, that he's noticed. And that's been one of the biggest factors of him growing, is really pushing lives. Or if he's doing something like releasing something, or a new product is coming out, or a new post, he will go live immediately to kind of build that awareness. So I think that's a great way to kind of gauge of what's going on. And another great thing I thought, that a piece of advice that he gave me, is that he was telling me to think about how many views and then work backwards. Because if you don't have that many followers on your channel, then and you want to get, say your goal is 10,000 views, you want to get 10,000 views in a month, right? Then if you're averaging 40, then okay, I need to stream this many times, right? And you might go under sometimes, and you might go over sometimes, but on average, that you're going to hit those numbers. And that's a kind of good way to reverse calculate. So that's how he figures out how frequent and how consistent he wants to go live or create content, is based off of whatever his end goal is. So for that, I would say just be careful, just don't overdo it for yourself, but also set a goal, try to aim a little high, because I'm confident everybody can make great content. Someone says, great suggestion. Unfortunately, I got to run to a Zoom meeting. Well, I hope your Zoom meeting is very eventful. Thank you for coming through for the time you did. I appreciate it. And if you have questions, let me know. I'm always in the Facebook community. I'm on Twitter, on the Melon Twitter. I'm on the Melon Facebook. So if you guys have questions, you can email us, of course, or write us on social. I'm here answering questions, trying to help you guys out. Especially with the new design, we'd love to hear like what you guys think, your feedback on it, because we're always trying to improve and get insight from the customers, because this is what we do it for, is for you guys. So if you have any, insight, feedback, please let us know. Yeah, so with your analytics, you want watch time is super important, new followers, engagement, like are people engaging with that actual content? And to me, clips are a good way to kind of gauge direction too, because in a live stream, you might not know because you're doing stuff in the moment. But if you're creating clips from your live stream, and then putting them on other social media, it's easier to me to figure out what direction to go to, because you'll start seeing what people respond to. So you could incorporate that more into your live stream. So that's kind of how I look at it. It's looking at the data and then trying to lean into that. I always do that as far as like writing copy, as far as social media, is what is the data saying? Because a lot of times I've learned from doing Facebook ads, what I assume will work doesn't work. And then the thing that I don't think will work will end up working. So you never know. So it's like always test, look at the data, and then try to just build off of that and double down on those things that are actually working. With streaming, it's important to be patient, and don't be so hard on yourself. Streaming is a process. It's a steady grind, and you're building a community brick by brick. So give yourself time. Don't overthink it. Make sure you're having fun and you're enjoying yourself. That's super important. I feel like people don't talk about enough. Streaming, it's a job, of course, but you want to enjoy the process and you don't want it to be a burden, and it doesn't have to be. So make sure you're not too hard. You set realistic goals for yourself, and you can accomplish a lot, a lot. It's important to have like a strategy, like we talked about, and using those tools. You want to aim for quality followers. It's kind of like when people would buy Instagram followers. Like, yes, for vanity, it looks good, but for conversion, for engagement, it's horrible and it almost hurts you. So you want to go for engaged people. I would rather have 100 really engaged people than 10,000 people who won't like anything. So that's what you want to go for. It's a book called A Thousand True Fans. Really good book talking about how you can make a great living off of only having a certain amount of fans rather than millions and millions of fans. And it's just a great eye-opening book that I would recommend to people that I really enjoyed. You want to focus on putting out quality content and being consistent, of course. Um, and just know it's a patience thing. You just got to know you're going to have to promote other ways, especially at the beginning. And discoverability is different on each platform. I feel like TikTok and Reels are known for their discoverability now. YouTube, I feel like it's good, but it's you still at the beginning you had to gain traction. Twitch, I feel like it's very, and I may be wrong, it's top heavy, because most of the time when I'm on Twitch, the people that I see are already big people. So you being new on Twitch, you have to promote yourself, you have to gain that traction. And the best part of that is just being consistent and having a strategy where you can consistently do the same things every time. You can consistently schedule, you can consistently take that link, send it to your email, promote on your social. And to me, that's when I feel like people start seeing more successes, when they have that part down and they can just over and over create content. And you don't always have to schedule, don't feel like you have to be locked into the schedule. I feel like people like spontaneous pop-up streams. They like hearing from you and just being engaged. So, if you can, try to engage more, do pop-up streams, but be consistent on the main ones. You want to acknowledge your audience as much as you can. I try to always read from the chat. And I try to always ask, again, like I said, in other streams, I try to ask engaging questions like, where are you guys from? What kind of content do you make? Just to get people commenting so we can kind of have a conversation back and forth. And I love the chat highlight tool in Melon. What it does is, like for this example right here, I could just highlight it here on screen so everybody can kind of be engaged with it. And it shows recognition to the person in the chat that you're paying attention, you're responding, and you're engaged with what they're saying. So to me, great tool. And I try to do it every 30 minutes or so, anytime between conversations, or if it's a great point about something that's going on, that's when I try to engage and use the comment highlight. And live video, again, it's built on like interaction. That's the thing of how social media works. It's more video oriented now, and it's all about interactions. And as far as my knowledge of how the algorithms work, it's about, are people engaging, and then we'll push it out to more people. And if it's not engaging, they're going to give you a limited reach. So the more that you can get people there, the more you can get people commenting, the better for your reach and your growth. When promoting the stream, I would say I'm trying to do better with the Melon stream, with promoting. I'm coming up with some cool ideas this coming a week to kind of promote more and do some cool stuff with it. But you want to promote before. So again, like scheduling, will put it through all your destinations, so it'll show up in their feed. If you could post on social and your stories the day before, just ways to garner attention to get people knowing that stream is going to happen. And then from there, you can go on. Another thing I might talk about is coming up with ideas for content, like places to go, how to have endless contents. I kind of talked about it before, but more people have been asking. So I think I could do some more ways to find some content so you can live stream consistently and never worry about what you're going to say, or what happens if I run out of material. That way you can always kind of keep the conversation going. And yeah, so for frequency and consistency, you want to work backwards. You want to think about what your goals are and what your average views are, and then try to work from there. So if you know that I'm getting 1,000 views for this average on stream or on my content, and I want to get 15,000, I know I need to maybe make 15 pieces of content. Or, what other ways can I get more views on that? So that's kind of where I like to think of it. Use tools like Asana, Trello to organize, excuse me, to organize and systematize your content release. So that way, when you're live streaming, you're putting stuff out to YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, wherever you're putting your content, it's easy, and you can outsource parts of it, and you can make it super easy on yourself without having to do a lot of work. That's what I found really helpful for me in this content thing, since I've been learning all of this stuff and live streaming a lot more. The system and figuring out a plan for it, for me, has been the biggest thing. This helped me really be consistent and not feel stressed about it. At first I would be stressed and nervous about streaming, but now I'm more comfortable. I'm ready because I know that certain stuff is in place, and I know my topics. I know where I'm going to go, so it makes it super easy. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the chat. And again, the redesign looks beautiful, guys. If you have any questions about the redesign, here, I'm going to show you the blog. But the redesign looks really good. I'm really, really impressed with how they did the redesign. Looks super clean, super modern. Here, let me show you. So screen, we're going to share the Chrome tab, new look. Okay, so if you ever have questions about the redesign, you're trying to find something, if something moved and you're not familiar where it is, we have a support article with where everything is, showing where to get everything. But it's pretty straightforward. And also, if you hover over any of the buttons on the right side, it kind of gives you some information about it. So it's the same setup, just a little bit easier to find. And next week, I've been told we have some exciting updates. Can't say nothing because, again, I don't want my teammates to be mad at me for spilling the beans. But I'm excited. We're going to have some new cool stuff next week to talk about. And I'm going to create some videos about how to use the new tool, the new features that's coming out. So I'm excited about it. Hope you guys make some great content this week. Love to see what you guys are doing with Melon. If you can, put it in the Facebook community. It's called Melon Community. Join. We're in there. It's a lot of smart people in there talking about content creation, talking about live streaming, and giving some really good tips and helping each other. So if you want to be a part of that, join the Melon Community on Facebook. You can reach us on Twitter, Facebook. We're all over LinkedIn, and also support at melonapp.com. We're here to help. If you have any questions, hope you have a great weekend. Happy streaming. Create some great content. Thank you.